Hey guys, hope you're having a wonderful day. In case you've never watched a video of mine before, hello, my name is Patrick Lyons, and this video is about my relationship with Connor Murphy and opening up a little bit about the fast and the recent video that I put out with Connor around day 30 or day 29 of his fast. So the reason for this video, I was not anticipating making this video, but the reason for this video is because as a result of the last video that I uploaded with Connor, I've gotten a large amount of comments of people saying that the video was not genuine, and I just want to address that in a couple of ways. The comments specifically were mainly from people who've never watched a video of mine before, don't know, the friendship or the relationship that I have with Connor, and so I can 100% understand why it may not have come across the best way. So here's what I want to explain. First of all, Connor and I have known each other for a while, about 3.5 years, and if you're not familiar, I've only had my YouTube channel for 3.5 years, and Connor's had his channel for about 4.5 years. So I've known him for the entirety of my YouTube journey and most of his YouTube journey. And the reason I say that is to emphasize this point. Most of the interactions that Connor and I have had together have been on camera. As strange of a statement as that is, what I am getting at is that our friendship has been in many ways shaped by YouTube. And I don't see anything wrong with that. Like, we're both content creators, we both love making YouTube videos, and so we've just naturally had a friendship that has been born out of YouTube and has continued because of YouTube. When we were both in Austin together, we filmed on 6th Street together several times. We went on spring break vacation together, we filmed there. I met up with him in LA when he was living there. So it's the kind of thing where it's like, wherever we're at when we're together, we're probably filming a YouTube video. And the reason why I preface this story with all of that is because in the video that I just put out with Connor, you hear from the very beginning me asking him, hey, is it okay if I'm filming this? And then you also hear me say that I only have, like 10 minutes because I got to catch my flight. And so some of the comments that I got were like, man, you're some friend Patrick is, you only had 10 minutes with him and you just like shoved a camera in his face. And it's like, no, that's not what it is. It's like, he and I have been keeping in touch throughout the fast. I've checked in on him multiple times to see how he's doing. I made a previous video addressing some of like the science behind what he's doing, which is stuff that I had, shown him beforehand before making the video. So it's not the kind of thing where it's just like I haven't seen the dude or talked to him in years and then I just shove a camera in his face for 10 minutes. It was more so like I was in Austin for other reasons and I didn't think I was going to have time to see him at all. And then I ended up being able to see him for a little bit, and it was like, because our whole friendship has been based around YouTube, it just made sense to film the interaction, because it's the kind of thing where like Connor and I both love sharing messages with our audiences, and I felt that the conversation that Connor and I were going to have was important enough that it warranted filming it, and that it warranted, me talking about the science with Connor so that I could tell him directly, but then also be able to share it with you guys so that you understand, the potential dangers of something like a 40-day fast. That gets to the other thing. The reason why I've made multiple videos now about Connor and about the 40-day fast situation is because I approach things from a largely scientific standpoint in all things fitness. And I wanted to convey that message both to my audience and to his, simply so that people would not see the need to try and replicate what it is that Connor is doing. Connor has said multiple times he does not recommend what he is doing, especially not for weight loss, because it is a dangerous way to lose weight. You lose a ton of muscle in addition to fat. Not to mention, like, he's not doing it with any supplementation, and that can lead to vitamin deficiencies. I've gone over that in previous videos, so I won't harp on that. But that is the reason for making this. A lot of the negative comments that I got in the recent video were saying things like, oh, you're just doing this for the views, or like for, trying to take advantage of your friend during his fast or something like that. And it's like, no, if I just cared about the views, I would go make a viral style video, or I'd be brainstorming ideas for a viral style video and then I would go execute on that. This is just a conversation with Connor. Connor is an awesome dude, but it's like a conversation with Connor about his fast is not going to go mega viral. So no, this is not for the views. This is because I care about Connor, because Connor is a friend of mine, and because I think that it's important to talk about the science with his audience and mine. So that is the reason for it. But kind of the segue thing that I want to talk about here is, if you are a content creator, or if you have any desires to create content, Something to understand is that you can never and will never please everyone. It's just impossible, especially online, especially with people that you've never met before, or that people who are coming across your videos for the very first time. You cannot please everyone. The video that I'm referring to with Connor at the time of posting this, I think has like 17,500 views. The specific number is irrelevant, but the point is, the vast majority of the comments on that video were completely positive. It got hundreds of comments, almost all of them positive and supportive, or at least, showing concern for the situation Connor's in, thanking me for visiting him, whatever the case. And then the comments that I'm referring to that kind of fueled some of the ideas in this video I'm making now were like the less than 10% negative comments. But as a content creator, it is so natural, unfortunately, to kind of focus on the comments that are negative. It's like they somehow hold this weight that they shouldn't, and it's like it can affect you in a way that you don't deserve to be affected by negative comments. And I say that to say that you shouldn't shape your content around the negativity that people bring to you. Like, if someone has the time and the energy and the desire to like comment a wave of text that's solely negative against you, like, that person does not deserve to be given credit for what they are, spending their time doing. Like, they're a keyboard warrior. They're someone behind a computer who is just feeling insecure in some way or another, and they are, trying to thrust that on you to make you feel bad about yourself. And that comes from a really deeply insecure place in a lot of people. So when I get those comments, if you go back in the other video, you'll see that I responded to almost every single one of them. And I often say, like, I'm sorry about whatever it is that you're going through right now that's causing you to, like, thrust this negative energy onto someone who you don't know, who you're just seeing a video on the internet for the first time. And I mean that. It's like, I care about my viewers. Even people who are quote-unquote haters, I would love for them to not be haters. I would love for them to become fans, supporters, followers, friends, whatever the case. I have no control over whether they change their emotions or not. All I have control over are my reactions, the emotions that I convey, and the messages that I put out into the world, and the responses I make to comments on these YouTube videos. All of that is to say, I made this video because I feel like these are some important topics to talk about, but also in part because of the negativity. And just to be completely transparent, it does affect me, and I wish that it didn't, but it's a very real thing. Like, I know some other very big YouTubers, and I've talked to them, and it's the type of thing where some of them just don't read YouTube comments anymore, because even with the overwhelmingly positive responses they may get, they will inevitably read hundreds of negative comments if they were to actually read all of their comments. And that's a really unfortunate place to be in. It's a sad thing that there are so many like haters and negative YouTube commenters out there. But it's a real thing. And I just want to say that, not even just for me in a selfish way, like asking people not to post negative things, but like in general, if you are putting negative comments out into the world, ask yourself, why are you doing that? Like, what is making you feel the need to just thrust negative energy where it doesn't belong in the world? Like, I try to spread a solely positive message with these videos that I make. And I hope that I convey that, and I hope that I can kind of rub that energy off on the people who are feeling whatever insecurity that causes them to make negative comments, but there's only so much I can do. The other thing I want to say is that I genuinely do care about Connor. And Connor, if you're watching this, I love you, bro, and I definitely want you to make it through the fast as safely as possible. And that is a big reason why I make these videos. It's like, I put, other than this video where I'm not breaking down research, I put a lot of time and effort into the videos that I make about the fast, and the video I made with Connor in person. Like, I put a ton of time into the research behind the messages that I put out, because I care about Connor, and because I want to make sure that he stays safe through this. Like, his well-being matters. Like, this is a huge stressor on his body to not eat for 40 days, and he's obviously done a ton of research, but as a friend, I couldn't help but do research as well and do the best that I could to convey that message to him. There was also one particular, maybe a couple comments in particular, that said that, like, oh, you quote too many studies, bro, like, Connor's different. And it's like, yes, Connor is a unique individual. He is like the upper echelon of physique status, and he's a bodybuilder, and all of these sorts of things. So yes, he is a unique person. But at the same time, the findings of scientific studies genuinely can be applied to a lot of people as long as, they're in the same demographic, the same age group, that sort of a thing. Yes, Connor is in a different, sector than most people who fasting studies are done on, but I would wager that he is in a spot where it is more dangerous than it is for the other studies. Most studies on fasting are done on very overweight, if not morbidly obese individuals. Connor is the complete opposite. He started this fast at probably somewhere around 10% body fat, and that puts him at a much higher risk of danger while doing a fast because he doesn't have the body fat that morbidly obese people have to sustain themselves through a long-term fast. That is kind of like the inherent reason why I've made these videos, because it's like he's in a spot where this is completely unsafe. There are a lot of unsafe physical things about it, despite, maybe the mental clarity that he's getting from this. And as he's talked about, he's getting to a point where like he is hungry, which is the way it should be. He has natural human instincts to eat food. But yeah, then a couple of comments also mentioned like, well, who are you to talk about science? Like, you just like Mr. WebMD? And it's like, no, I actually do the research. I don't just like look at abstracts of studies. I'm looking at like the full-on breakdowns of these studies. I'm going in depth into multiple studies, to meta-analyses, things like that. Every single day of 2019 and every single day of 2020 now, I've done personal development research in the areas of health, fitness, nutrition, exercise, diet, like all of it across the board, because it's what I love. It's what I do. I've worked with clients across 15 countries on 6 continents, over 500 clients over the last 2.5 years, and it's been an amazing journey, and it's taken me out of my comfort zone. It's taken me to new levels of scientific understanding. And so no, I'm not just some like bro science dude on the side of the road just like spouting off things about skipping leg day and hitting chest day every Monday. Like, no, I actually do the scientific research behind these things. Obviously, I'm not the one conducting the research, but I am researching the scientific literature. Just to give you more, I guess, credibility if you require it, I am the creator of what is called the Online Coach Academy, which is a full warehouse database of scientific studies spanning the scientific literature, literally thousands of studies covered in the Online Coach Academy. I have students in the academy internationally, and it is the single most in-depth location for scientific research in the area of fitness, and it is presented in a way that is easily implementable and applicable to people's lives. And so the students who are going on through the academy are able to take what they learn, apply it to their lives, take their own fitness journeys to the next level, and then through the Online Coach Academy certification, OCA certification, they're actually able to use that information to coach other clients. So that is why I have some level of credibility. I don't feel the need to constantly justify that. I do think that just the fact that I'm citing scientific studies in these videos should warrant merit, because it's not like I'm just speaking from personal experience. Like, these are genuine studies that have been conducted. And so I think that you should allow those to hold weight. But like I said, these were comments that were among the small minority, and so I'm simply addressing these. If you happen to be watching this, thank you for being somewhat of a hater who came back to watch another video, and I hope that this addressed some of your concerns. But overall, like I said, Connor's a great friend of mine. We go way back. I am excited for him to be done with this thing so he can get back to a healthier weight and get back to eating food again, and hopefully we can film some more videos on 6th Street or wherever we find ourselves in the same city again next. But that's all I got for today. I really do appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for all the support that you've given to my channel and to Connor's. It means a lot to me, and I'm sure a lot to him as well. And like I said, excited to see him finish this thing out and eat some watermelon that does have theanine and phosphorus in it, that will hopefully allow his body to get to a point where he is able to metabolize food safely. So that's all I got for you guys. Again, thank you so much. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.